was raised by my parents with a strong belief that you had to give back all your life, both with time and money to whatever your means were.
When I think about a day well spent or a week well spent, it comes down to the moral imagination that I find at Acumen, the dignity that they bring to people, not by handing them aid, but by helping them engage in trade.
It's not an organization where just funding or a contribution is interesting. It's much more where you feel like a partner with the organization. You feel almost like an owner in that you contribute in many different ways.
As an entrepreneur and angel investor, these are the kind of people I'm looking for everywhere. And these are people you can trust to do great things with your resources.
Fundamentally, Acumen is different from the rest of the sector. So it's innovative and it tries to take risk and tries to fund companies that actually are changing the way business is done.
Part of looking at that framework from the patient capital point of view allows for the creativity, the flexibility that an entrepreneur truly needs to be successful. And I think it takes away some of the forced returns that they need to have, and that allows to see real long-term success.
Acumen has an open mind when it comes to investing, and that's really helping us explore these markets and unlock the value that's built in to the benefit of our shareholders.
We're of course approached by many organisations who'd like us to support them, and we've supported several. But with Acumen, I have to say we really feel part of the team. You know that you are genuinely listened to as partners, and you know you're going to be genuinely put to work. So it goes both ways.
You know, it's entirely possible you shouldn't invest any money whatsoever in Acumen. You'll get a building named after you if you give a couple $1 million to a university. If you go with a traditional charity, you know exactly where the money's going to go tomorrow, and you can declare victory and go back to your life. And none of those things are of interest to me, and I don't think they're of interest to most of the people who are significant partners at Acumen. The real question that Acumen answers for a philanthropist is there a different way?
We were used to giving away grants for philanthropy. And what we were dealing with is frustration because every time we gave money away, we created more dependency. And when we met Acumen, this was sort of the solution. We thought, well, we're prepared to give a grant. Might as well give a grant to an organization that recycles the capital itself and also builds sustainable businesses, so removes dependency from the process.
I had an aha moment when I saw the model with Acumen because it wasn't placing one person in a position of authority and having with another in a position of needing and wanting. We're all stakeholders trying to get to something that's positive for all of us.
In Acumen nomenclature, this concept of patient capital, but in my terms, investment capital, is ultimately what's going to move these countries out of poverty into a better way of life.
They have a world-class team of people. They see the power of business, the power of social enterprise in solving world problems and world challenges. Yet they're very compassionate in how they go about that. I think that's a very unique set of attributes that I just haven't seen anywhere else.
Run as hard as the Acumen people do to help people in Bihar, India, and Tanzania. I mean, that is true generosity and true philanthropy, and I really admire, the Acumen staff so much for how hard they work, how committed they are to it, and how committed they are to help people that are 5,000 and 10,000 miles away.
One of the most exciting parts of investing in an organization like Acumen for me has been coming from Pakistan. I searched for a long time to find organizations to support, and I feel like the organization provides hope for Pakistan in a way that none other really has at this point.
The problems they're trying to solve are some of the most interesting, most important problems in the world. When we think about what the world is going to be like in 50 years, it's going to be better or worse based almost entirely on how well organizations like Acumen solve the problems that we're working on.